So today's video is going to be products I regret buying. And just a quick disclaimer, I don't want this video to come across super negative. I'm just going to be talking about products that didn't work for me personally. So I don't want you to feel like I am bashing one of your favorite products. If you like one of these products, quite a few of the things I'm actually going to be talking about are actually quite popular. So I'm not at all trying to say that these are bad products. These are just products that I wasn't personally happy with the results I saw from them. Because I know, especially when you're like really into beauty products and makeup, it's kind of easy to get a little bit defensive when you hear someone saying negative things about one of your favorite products. It's like, yeah, just sit there and keep bashing my favorite foundation ever. Go ahead. But honestly, I personally find these videos very helpful. What I kind of do is I'll watch these videos and I'll kind of store all this info in the back of my mind, and then if I'm like out shopping and I'm like, maybe I should buy this mascara, I'll kind of think like, oh, so-and-so said that she didn't like this mascara because it was super dry formula, and I also hate dry mascaras, so I'll probably pass on this. So basically, just take the things I say about these products with a grain of salt. Don't get worked up if I mention a product that you love. And if I do talk about a product that you really like and something that works really well for you, if you have any tips and tricks for like applying it and how I can make it work better for me, definitely let me know. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. And the first product that I'm going to talk about, I unfortunately don't actually physically have to show you guys, but it is the Revlon Color Stay Foundation, the one for like combination to oily skin or whatever it's called. And this is a big deal because I know that this is a big favorite for a lot of people. And I thought I still had the bottle of it kicking around somewhere, but I couldn't find it. But I wanted to still include this because it is definitely the top product I regret buying. And it wasn't that the foundation was bad. Like, I really like the coverage and the wear of it. It's very transfer proof and it's really long wearing. But the way my skin reacted to it was a disaster. So basically what happened, I was using it for probably 2 or 3 days, and I woke up and I had these circular patches of what was basically like little like rashy red bumps mixed with like cysts. I know that's really gross, but I woke up with these little perfectly round patches all over my face, so I clearly had some kind of allergic reaction to it. And it's been a while since I've tried this product, and this is one of the products that has helped me realize that my skin does not react well to scented foundations. And I've always known my skin is sensitive to scented products. I didn't know it was scented when I bought it because they didn't have any testers at the drugstore I found it in. I'm pretty sure I still have a picture actually, because I took a picture of the rash that occurred after using this, so if I still have it and I can find it, I'll insert it here. Don't worry, it's not too gross or anything like that. So yeah, I basically immediately stopped using that foundation, and within about a day and a half it had completely gone down, and it was the only thing I'd changed in my routine. So I know it was definitely that foundation that caused that allergic reaction to happen. And I've only ever heard of one other person having an allergic reaction to the Revlon Color Stay Foundation, so it was just kind of a stupid thing because my skin is so sensitive. So the next product I regret buying is this little Sonia Kashuk Eye Quad in Shimmering Sands, and this is something I bought when I was really into Pinterest actually, and I kept seeing people pin a picture of a Sonia Kashuk eyeshadow palette. I don't know if it was this exact one, but it looked very similar. So when I saw this in Target, I thought I would pick it up and give it a shot, and it's really pretty. I'll do a close-up here. So that's what it looks like close up. It's just a really pretty looking shimmery neutral quad. So it looks really pretty in the pan when you look at it, but when you go to use this or swatch these shades, they have literally zero pigmentation. They all have like kind of a chunky glitter in them, and they just go on like this chunky, like chalky mess. I'll try and swatch a couple of the shades here for you. You're not even going to be able to see them. Yeah, I swatched 3 of them there and you can't even tell. It's just like chalky disaster. And I was really disappointed because I've heard good things about Sonia Kashuk eyeshadows, and I thought this would be a really good palette just for those days when you want really natural makeup, like just a light shimmery wash of color on the eyes, but it did not end up working at all. It's actually the only product I've ever tried from Sonia Kashuk, so it's kind of sad that it was such a flop. Next, I have a product that I initially really liked, and it is this Smashbox Always Sharp liner in the shade Bare. This is just a nude pencil liner. And like I said, I really liked this initially. I believe I even included it in my year-end favorites from last year. But the reason I didn't like this is because what happened, if you're not familiar with these eyeliners, basically every time you twist the cap on, it's meant to sharpen itself, basically. And what happened one day when I opened it is it was sticking up about ½ an inch. So I think what happened is that the product like broke inside the tube, and so then the next time I went down to sharpen it, it all got smushed into the lid, and now I can't get any more of the product out. And I hadn't even been using it for that long. I probably used it maybe like 10 times, so it was definitely a really big waste. So I won't be purchasing any more of these Always Sharp liners from Smashbox because I'm afraid of that happening again. I do still really like a nude liner for my waterline though. I just recommend checking out another brand. My next regretful purchase is this product from Moroccanoil, and it is their Heat Styling Protection Mist. It says heat defense with a soft hold and a glossy finish, and for me I have a couple issues with this. The first is the scent, and I used Moroccanoil, like just the original oil, for quite a few years. I know what it smells like and I always like the scent, and I don't know if it's the exact same scent. It smells similar, but I feel like it's like amplified times 100. Like it's like the Moroccanoil smell on steroids, and it's just way too overpowering, and it really lingers in your hair and overpowers any like perfume or anything that you're wearing, so I don't like that about it. And this next part I think ties into the soft hold aspect of it, and that is when I use it, my curls just feel really crunchy and stiff afterwards. Like, I know it's supposed to give a little bit of hold, but I think especially when you layer hairspray on over top of it, your hair just feels really crunchy and really stiff, and it just doesn't move well. So yeah, I really regret buying this. It wasn't cheap, and I rarely heat style my hair. I probably use this like 4 times, so I probably use like that much of it, and it's going to take me forever to get through this, and I don't want to let it go to waste, so I want to try using it up, but at the same time I really don't want to use it, so that kind of sucks. And then I have another quite popular product. This is the NYX blush in Taupe, and this is a really popular product, especially with more fair girls, for contouring. And it's called a blush, but it's more like a bronzer. It's a really cool toned taupe kind of bronzer shade, and like I said, this is really popular amongst like fair girls for contouring because it is supposed to look more natural and not as harsh as some other contouring products. And I've only tried this once, I'm not going to lie, but the first time I tried it I was so put off from it. I've been afraid to try it ever since, and when I applied this it just looked so bad. It looked so ashy and like muddy on my skin. It's something I really should try again, but I'm so put off from the first time I used it that I'm afraid to dive into it again. Next I have these Stila lip glazes, and this is about 3 out of 9 that I own. I don't know what I was thinking. One year they came out with a Christmas set of these. It had 8 in it, and I purchased them without ever swatching them or trying them or anything like that. First of all, I'm not even a fan of lip gloss, and these are just so sticky and thick, and they don't have a ton of color payoff. They look pigmented in here, but they're quite sheer when you apply them. So now I'm stuck with all of these lip glosses that I don't like. I've learned my lesson now though, and I know to swatch things and try them before I invest in a whole set of them. I've hardly even used most of them. Like, you can see these two haven't even been used. The little brush tip applicator on them is still totally clean. So I should probably pass these on to someone who can get more use from them. Next we have a very popular mascara, and it is the Maybelline Rocket Volume Express Mascara. This was just a big flop for me. This is what the wand looks like. It's a little plastic bristle wand, which I typically really like, but this mascara just didn't do anything for me. It didn't volumize, it didn't lengthen. It was just a clumpy hot mess, and I was really disappointed because a lot of people rave about this mascara, and a lot of people who typically recommend products that I really like this mascara, so it was very disappointing that it didn't end up working for me. I passed this on to my mom. I only used it once, and I passed it on to her, and she's not in love with it either, and we have very different preferences in mascara, so I don't know. Just the next 2 products I have to talk about, I technically did not buy myself. I got both of them for free while working at Sephora. When you work at Sephora, you get products just complimentary to try out, just from the brands you work with. So these are more just products that didn't work for me rather than products I regret buying, since like I said, I didn't actually technically buy them. And the first one is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Pure Brightening Serum Foundation. I worked for Sephora when this was launched, and we all got sent this for free. We got to pick our shade, and I chose the shade Bare Porcelain, which is the lightest. And this foundation was just so not suited for me. It has like an extremely dewy, like almost greasy kind of finish, and it just never sets. It always stays really liquid. So this might work for someone who has like really dry skin and you need a foundation that doesn't set and get dry on your skin, but I honestly can't see this working for a lot of people, and on my really oily skin it was just a complete mess. I know this foundation too, they did like a lot of advertising and they had commercials, so when it launched so many people were coming in to buy it, and like I swear 90% of them got returned, because I just don't think this is a product that would work for a lot of people. And the second product that I received for free I also don't have to talk about, unfortunately, so I will once again insert a picture here, and it is the Vita Liberata Rapid Tan Mousse. So this is a self-tanning product. It is a product that basically you're meant to determine how dark you want by how long you leave it on. So 1 hour gives you a light color application, 2 hours gives you a medium tan, and then 3 hours gives you the darkest tan you're supposed to possibly be able to get with this product. I'm very fair and I'm not very interested in self-tanning at all, so this is actually the first self-tanning product I've ever tried, and it definitely put me off of self-tanning. I've since found out that I did a couple things wrong when I was using it, so I can't completely say it's a bad product. Like with Vita Liberata, I guess you're not supposed to use any scrubs that have oils in them because that'll affect how it develops, and I did use an oily scrub, so I think that definitely played a part. But basically, I followed all the other instructions, I applied this, and I left it on for 3 hours. So theoretically, I was supposed to be left with quite a dark tan, but when I hopped in the shower to rinse it off, it completely rinsed off and it basically left me with like slightly tinted yellow skin. Only lasted for like 2 days when it's supposed to last for, I believe, a week. And the cherry on top of the cake was that I had an allergic reaction to it and it gave me a rash all over my body. So that was not fun. I will not be trying any more Vita Liberata products because of that, and it's definitely put me off of self-tanning. Not that I was ever particularly interested in it before. My next product is a skincare range from a brand, and it is from First Aid Beauty. It is their Skin Rescue line. There are 3 products that I've tried from this. This is their peel off mask, and they also have little like toning pads, and then I've also had a deluxe size of their cleanser. I've tried all 3 products from this line, and it was just kind of a letdown for me. If you know me, you know that I love First Aid Beauty. They're one of my favorite brands, but this line just fell short for me. This line from them is geared towards oily, acne-prone skin, which I do have, but honestly, I find the other products from their line work better for me. I used up the little cleanser I have, and I passed on the Blemish Patrol pads to a friend, and this is the last product I have from the line. Yeah, I just didn't see huge results from this line, and with the mask in particular, I found that every time I did it, I would experience some small breakouts afterwards. I don't know if it was just kind of like purging everything out of my skin, or my skin was reacting badly to it, but yeah, I just wasn't impressed with this line, unfortunately. A lot of people really like this line though, but I definitely prefer First Aid Beauty's regular product range. My second last product is this Physicians Formula Nude Wear Blush, and this is in the shade Rose, and I actually hauled this like forever ago, and I was really excited about this product when I first got it. The packaging is adorable, and when you buy it, it has this really pretty shimmer overspray over the writing on here that says Nude Wear, but this product just has honestly no pigmentation. That's it on my finger there. And that's what it looks like swatched. As you can see, there's like no color. You can't even tell that I swatched it. So as a result of that, I just never reach for it. And Physicians Formula, it's a drugstore brand, but it's quite pricey for the drugstore, so it's definitely a product I regret buying. And my final product that I regret buying is another product from Bare Minerals, and it is this Well Rested Face and Eye Brightener. This is like a twist up highlighter pen, and I bought this when I was looking for an under eye corrector, and I was recommended this, so I thought I would try it out. And it's not necessarily a bad product, it's just not at all what I was looking for. So basically you twist it up and it has like a slight yellow tint to it that's meant to brighten, but it's so sheer, and especially for something that you would use as a corrector, like underneath concealer, it just really doesn't show up or make a difference at all. It looks kind of bright in there, and you probably could use this as a face highlight. It's just not what I was wanting when I purchased this. And even as a face highlight, I feel like it wouldn't do that much. It would be extremely subtle. So yeah, it was just kind of disappointing just because it's not at all what I was looking for. So that wraps up all the current products in my collection that I regret buying and that didn't work out well for me. Let me know if there are any products that you regret buying, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel as well, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!